So apparently you want to open a bank account in Switzerland. And let's go through three options that I would suggest to anyone that wants to open a bank account in Switzerland. I would also try to give you some use cases for these bank accounts so that you can understand if they are for you or if they're not. So let's go through them together. I will start with PostFinance. So we are here on the website of PostFinance. Let's go in the website. So postfinance.ch. Once you are on postfinance.ch, you can go under paying and saving, and then you can go into banking, packages, and accounts. Here, first of all, you have a gift of, in reality, 50 francs if you don't want a credit card, if you open the bank account until 6th of October 2024. So if you want to open a bank account with PostFinance, make sure to do it before 6th of October 2024 so that you can have these 50 francs. One thing before we continue. None of these banks sponsor me. I have referrals for Neon and you, which are the other two bank accounts that you see here on the top. But none of them ever called me or asked me to do a video or sponsored me in any way. So just to clear things up. And one more thing that I almost forgot. At the end of the video, I'm going to give you a bonus, which is the credit card. I will not tell you right now the name. Maybe you already know it if you watched some previous videos. But it's a kind of a bonus. It's a very nice credit card, and of course, it's free. So yeah, let's go here on PostFinance. When you go to PostFinance, you will have banking packages for adults, and then you also have banking packages for young people. If you are under 30, you should use this one. Maybe let's go to see both. So this one and this one. When you go here, Smart and Smart Plus, you have two options. Smart, Smart Plus. One is 5 francs a month. The other one is 12 francs a month. Basically, the differences between Smart and Smart Plus are not only price, but the fact that you can withdraw more with the Smart Plus. That's, I would say, the primary difference. Because with the Smart Plus, you can withdraw also on ATMs that are not of PostFinance. On the other hand, if you want to withdraw on third-party ATMs, then you have to pay 2 francs per withdrawal with the Smart. And if you want to withdraw abroad, you have to pay 5 francs. Here, you can withdraw abroad and you can withdraw at third-party ATMs. So you can see free cash withdrawals at third-party ATMs in Switzerland and abroad with the PostFinance card. The PostFinance card is just a debit card. And now let's go see the debit card because that also has some costs. So if you go under here, cards, you have credit cards and prepaid cards. I would skip these two. I don't actually use it. I used to have a prepaid card, but you have to pay for it. So I don't think it makes much sense. If you are really afraid or if you go on sketchy websites, maybe having a prepaid card is not that bad. But yeah, I think there are other options, maybe like Revolut or similar. But yeah, if you really want it, there is the option. Credit card, I will skip it totally because I will tell you about another option later on. And then here, oh, I didn't mention this, but you can have multiple currencies here. So if you go under here, you can have a private account, so a checking account in francs, euros, or other foreign currencies. I'm not sure which foreign currencies because I never had an account in another currency at PostFinance, but I used to have euros, so that's sure. And I'm also quite sure that you can have US dollars. So if you need that, this is a good option. You can also have a savings account in francs or euros. Fortunately, savings account in other currencies are not available. Okay, but let's go back to the card. This is the debit card. It's free. They give it with the bank account. So let's go here and prices and conditions. So Postomat is the ATM of PostFinance. By the way, PostFinance is just the bank of the postal service in Switzerland. So it's a fairly known bank. It's quite big and quite important. So Postomat is free of charge. At the post office counter, it's also free of charge. Migros, Manor, Danner, Coop, it's free of charge. ATMs in Switzerland, well, with the smart banking package, Other ATMs that are not Postomat are 2 francs per withdrawal in Swiss francs or 5 francs for withdrawal in euro. The other banking packages are free of charge. ATMs abroad, as we saw before, it's 5 francs. The other packages are free of charge. And here it's the important stuff. Purchase of goods or services abroad. You will have to pay 1.5% on top of the usual currency exchange in order to pay in foreign currency. So if you go to the restaurant and you pay in euros, if you go grocery shopping, or if you buy on Amazon, you will have to pay this 1.5%. So, all in all, who would I suggest this bank account to? I would suggest this bank account to people that really need to withdraw a lot, or that they need to deposit a lot, or that they want to have one person, a human, to speak to when they have problems. Because they do have a counter, so an office, they have people that you can call, and basically that's all the pluses that there are. And you can, of course, because you have an office, you can go there and deposit, and you can withdraw because they have their own ATMs, which are free to use. Because the other two bank accounts are online bank accounts, and they do not offer these perks, or they do offer them, but you have to pay for them. Let's go quickly on the accounts for young people. So you have young people up to the age of 20, which is Smart Young. It's basically like the Smart Plus, I think, but it doesn't cost anything. And then you have people that are in education between 18 and 30 years of age, and that's Smart Students, and also it's free of charge. And basically, it's like this one. You see Smart Plus, Smart Students, Smart Young, free of charge. So it's like the Smart Plus, more or less. So you can have your checking account, you can have your savings account, and that's basically it. But you still have to pay this charge here, this 1.5, which is a lot. Which is a lot. I will now tell you one option that you can use not to pay this 1.5%. And let's go to this option, which is Neon. Neon is the bank that I changed. So I used to have PostFinance when I was a student. Then it started to ask me 5 francs, and I said no, thank you, and I switched to Neon. Neon is a very nice bank. It's actually not a bank. It's just an interface. They use Hypotheker Bank Lenzburg as their bank. So when you give money to Neon, you don't give money to Neon. You give money to Hypotheker Bank Lenzburg, and you will have an account at Hypotheker Bank Lenzburg, but you use the Neon app in order to access that account. Hypotheker Bank Lenzburg has a complex and precise feature in order for apps to use their bank to deposit money from clients. Let's go right to the accounts of Neon. Maybe let's do compare accounts. Maybe not this. Okay, let's compare. So Neon has 3 accounts: Neon Free, Neon Green, and Neon Metal. For Neon Free, it's the basics. You will have a checking account, you will have a savings account, which I will tell you a little bit about it later, and that's basically it. You can pay in Switzerland, you can pay abroad, and then we will see a little bit the pricing. With Neon Green, you can basically have the same as with Neon Free, but you also have, for every 500 francs that you spend with your Neon Green, we will plant a tree for you. So when you spend, you know that you will plant a tree. You will contribute to the climate protection. You will have extended warranty. So what's more sustainable than that? That's why we partnered with the insurance company ERV. So you can repair your electronic devices for 3 years longer at no cost. And then you have an eco-friendly card, which you can pay for. I don't remember how much it costs. I think 20 francs. We will see it later, which is made out of wood. So basically, it costs 5 francs a month. We will see it again later. But you help a little bit the climate, the environmental cause, let's say. And then you have Neon Metal, which again includes everything in the Neon Free. Plus you have a metal card. You have phone damage protection, which are insurance against your damaging the phone. You can have free cash withdrawals worldwide. In Switzerland, I don't think it's in Switzerland. I think in Switzerland you only have 5, but outside of Switzerland you can have unlimited. Then you have insurance packages. With Neon Metal, you get 3 additional years of warranty, blah, blah, blah. But that's not all. Unlock more exclusive shopping, cyber, and travel insurance. So if you need some kind of basic insurance, you want your protection, damage protection on your phone, you want extended warranty on your phone, and you need to withdraw worldwide, I would say go with the Neon Metal. Neon Metal, it's actually better even than Smart Plus. It costs 3 francs a month more, but you have all of these insurances, which the Smart Plus from PostFinance doesn't give you, and you have free cash withdrawals worldwide. Um, so yeah, consider this one if you need to withdraw worldwide. But yeah, let's go quickly to pricing. Pricing, the account is free for the Neon Free, 5 francs a month for the Neon Green, and 15 for the Metal one. As far as interest goes, for Post Finance, I'm not sure if they give you interest. I don't think they do, but maybe give them a call if you really want interest. But if they would, I suspect they would, um, yeah, publicize it. Neon gives 0.50% up to 25 francs, 25,000 francs, and then whatever is on top of that, it's 0.25. These are quite low, but they have basically a spread between what they give and the national bank interest rate, which is right now at 1.25, I think. Okay, domestic payments in francs from your bank account are of course free, and then you have transferring money abroad with fees ranging from 0.8 to 1.7%. I don't believe this applies to SEPA payments. This is only when you want to send money outside of the SEPA system, because they use Wise, and using Wise they charge these fees. But if you send money to a bank in the European Union, or more in general in the SEPA system, then I don't believe that they charge this money here. Okay, the first card, and this is for the bank account, the checking account. And then you have the debit card, Neon Mastercard. The card costs 20 francs for the first card, and then if you have to replace them, well, there are other fees. I think it's 50. You can click here and you will download a PDF with much more in-depth explanations. But okay, it's a one-time payment of 20 francs. If you go with the neon green, you have a free recycled plastic one, or 20 francs for the wooden one. For the neon metal, you have it free. Of course, base fee for the card is 0. Purchase in domestic is 0. Purchase worldwide is 0. Withdrawals in Switzerland at any ATM, because they don't have a neon ATM. You can do that. You can do 2 withdrawals per month for free, and then they cost 2 francs per withdrawal. With the neon green, the same. With the neon metal, you have 5 for free, and then you pay 2 francs each withdrawal. If you withdraw abroad, it's 1.5% at any ATM. For the free, for the green, and for the metal is free. And then this is the important stuff. Exchange rate spread is 0. And I tested this, I checked it. The exchange rate is basically the same as the one that I get on Interactive Brokers. So of course they use the MasterCard reference rate, but yeah, it's basically the same as the internal banking exchange rate. So that's awesome. I would say awesome, really awesome. The same cannot be said for Visa, for example, at least as far as my experience goes. Then they also have a Neon Invest, with which you can invest your money, but I would not use this one because it costs a lot. 0.5% for ETFs and Swiss shares and 1% for international shares. It's quite a lot. And also they don't have a very big portfolio of stuff that you can buy. Interactive Brokers, it's still better. But let's not dive into investing options, because maybe I can do another video on that. Let's concentrate on banking. So what does Neon give you? As I said, Neon gives you a checking account. Neon gives you a savings account. And if you want to pay a little bit more, they also give you some insurances. What's the difference between PostFinance and Neon? Well, Neon is completely online. So there is no office, there is no ATM from Neon, there is no people you can talk to. I think you can maybe call them. Let's go see. Neon support. Uh, well, no, apparently you can only chat. So yeah, you cannot call them. PostFinance, you can go to the counter, you can speak to humans, you can deposit much easier with Neon. In order to deposit, you have to go to a post office, you have to ask for a payment slip, you have to put your IBAN number, you have to put the amount of money that you want to pay, you have to give the cash, and then you have to wait a couple of days that the cash is deposited on your account. So it's a little bit more difficult to deposit money on Neon. So if you have to make a lot of withdrawals and you have to make a lot of deposit, maybe consider PostFinance. But and if you want to talk to people, but if you do not need those stuff, then you can consider Neon, especially if you pay a lot abroad. So if you go to restaurants, grocery shopping, if you do shopping online with Amazon, for example, really consider Neon because of 0% exchange rate spread. Also, two things about Neon more. One, with the savings account, then that saving account can be split into multiple sub savings accounts. You will only have one official savings account. So when you do your taxes, you only declare one IBAN number for your savings account. But then you can divide it into, for example, savings for taxes, savings for gas, savings for vacation, and so on and so on. I use it quite a lot. It's quite a nice feature, but PostFinance, for example, doesn't have that. And also, second thing is that they have a joint account. So if you have a partner and you need a joint account, you can consider Neon Duo. Both of you need to have a Neon account, and then both of you will have an additional card. So if we go so here, you see you have you have the normal account and then you can switch to your joint account. So both of you will have this. There is no additional app for the joint account, but it costs 6 francs a month, so 3 francs a month per person, and you will have two cards. So it's quite a nice thing if you need to have a joint account. Perfect. And then let's go to the third option. The third option is U. So U is fairly similar to Neon in the sense that they give you a free checking account, they give you a free savings account that can be split into multiple sub-savings account, but they also give you a checking account in other currencies. So maybe let's go here. Maybe let's go pricing. Okay, so you only has one account. They don't have uh, like Neon that has Neon Free, Neon Green, or Neon Metal or Joint. They only have one. It's personal. There is no joint account. So free bank account, fee-free bank account. So account with Swiss IBAN free, account management free, custody service free. Then you have a debit MasterCard, same as with Neon. Physical card delivery to your door, it's free. Then inside of Neon, inside of you can also have virtual cards. So you can have two cards, one physical and one virtual. It's also free. Contactless payments, it's also free, but that's also for the Neon. You can have it on Samsung Pay, for example. Mobile payments, it's also free. All of these, PostFinance, Neon, and you, they all work with Twint as well. So yeah, multi-currency account is free. So you can have, I think, a lot of currency. So francs, US dollars, euro, pounds, in Japanese yen, Australian dollars, Canadian dollars, and so on. And they are all free. So that's really nice if you need to have multiple currencies. Um, ATM withdrawals in Switzerland, one free withdrawal per week. That means that in comparison to Neon, you have 4 a month and not only 2, but you cannot do them in the same week. So be careful about it. ATM withdrawals abroad, it's 5 francs per withdrawal. So if you should calculate it, so one is 1.5% and the other one is 5 francs, no matter how much you withdraw. But here the bad aspect, currency exchange, 0.95%. This is really bad because it's quite a bit. So if you use this card to go to restaurants abroad, if you use this card to buy on Amazon, and so on, you need to pay this. So this is not really good. That's why I keep Neon and I don't keep you. The positive aspect of you is that it's extremely fast. Neon has a bit of problems when logging it. It's slow. Sometimes it crashes. They do a lot of maintenance because Neon is quite a young app. It's a startup. You is backed by PostFinance and by Swissquote. So they have a lot of money and they can invest a lot of money in order to build a very good working app. That's why it works a lot better in comparison to Neon. Okay, bank transfers. Bank transfers in Switzerland and Liechtenstein in 13 currencies, free. SEPA transfers in Europe in euros, free. SEPA transfers in Europe in other currencies, it's 5 francs a currency. With you cannot transfer abroad. Outside of the SEPA system, you cannot transfer. So if you need to transfer money outside of Europe, you need to use either PostFinance or you need to use Neon. But if you really need to transfer outside of the SEPA system, I would suggest using other systems like Wise, which actually Neon uses, or Western Union, or other forms of transfer, because it's quite a pain to transfer money from a Swiss bank account to an outside of SEPA system bank account. I had to do it. It's quite a bit of a game. Uh, if you have interactive brokers, you can use interactive brokers. So I used to do that when I was in the US. So you just transfer from the Swiss bank account to the Swiss bank account of Interactive Brokers, and then on your Interactive Brokers, you convert it into dollars, for example, and then you can transfer from Interactive Brokers uh, to the bank account in the US, for example. For example, no one is doing that, but for example, it takes quite a bit of time, but trust me, that's easier than trying to give the right information to your bank so that your money can be safely delivered into another country outside of the SEPA system. Of course, with you can also have a savings account and you can have savings projects. Savings projects are like neon spaces. They're the same thing. So your savings account, you only have one. So for the tax purposes, don't worry, you will not have 50 to declare. You only have one, but that can be split into multiple sub savings if you want to save, for example, for vacation, taxes, and so on. Okay, interest rate for cash, assets, and savings projects, it's 1% for francs, 0.75 for euros, and 0.75 for US dollars. So, new is actually very good if you want to save money because they give you double the interest that gives Neon and they don't have a cap at 25,000. So, do I use you? For sure, I use you. Why do I use you? To save my money. So, there I have the money that I will use to pay my taxes. I don't keep them on Neon anymore because they lower the interest rates. So I switched immediately to you because it takes only a couple of hours to open a bank account. Actually, it takes a day because you have to send them money, they have to check your documents, and blah blah blah. But it's quite easy. You just have to wait. But yeah, I transfer my money there because they give me 1%. So this is very useful in terms of you. You can also invest, but as I said, it costs too much, so I would not do it. You can also have a Pillar 3A, which is with 0.5%, which is not that bad, not that bad, but I would still suggest another provider, which is FinPension. I will maybe talk about it in another video when I will explain a little bit how the third pillar works in Switzerland. But I like a little bit better FinPension, I have to say. I never tried you. I find that FinPension is already quite good. Okay. And of course, they have phone support, message support, in-app chat support. I never use the support system, so I don't know. I use that one of Neon. I had to like message them. They take quite a bit to respond. So if you really need support, maybe consider the Post Finance or you, if you are a person that really wants to talk with people. But okay, so that's about it. Um, Now let's go to the bonus. You need a credit card because Well, I don't know, but maybe you need a credit card. No, and a credit card is useful if you like need to make deposits. First of all, if you rent a car, you will probably need a credit card. Or if you want to have it for emergencies. I use it for emergencies. For a credit card, Cumulus credit card, Cumulus credit card. So if you go on this website, you will find, okay, not in German, thank you. How do I change the language? Here. No, not in Italian. Okay, there is no English. Perfect. Awesome. Maybe let's go in Italian because it's quite easier for me. I will try to translate it. Um, but yeah, if you type in Migros Cumulus credit card, you will probably find it. But let me talk about it briefly because there is not much to it. It's free. It's a credit card. Um, you can, when you use it, if you have a Cumulus points number, it will give you some Cumulus points. It's free in the sense also of the exchange. So if you pay in euros, you don't have a surcharge on top of the usual exchange rate. I know I keep saying this, but some people believe that if you like go to the shopping mall and they say 5 euros, then you will also pay 5 francs. Well, that's not the case. You always have an exchange rate, but on top of that, they don't charge any fees. That's what it means when it says free. The problem with Visa is that their exchange is quite bad. Now, I don't have any other Visa card, so I'm not sure if the problem is Visa or if the problem is Cumulus. I believe it's Visa because if they say it's free, then it will kind of be a fraud if you make me pay for an exchange. So I think it's Visa that has problems with exchange rates. They are not that good as the ones with MasterCard, but I should maybe investigate a little bit more and ask Cumulus because I saw quite a big difference between if you like go to a shopping mall. If you have both cards, try it. Go to a shopping center and pay the same day one thing with MasterCard and one thing with Visa. And let me know down in the comments what is the exchange rate and if you see a difference. Because I saw quite a big difference, like 1, 2, 3% with Visa. So, yeah. But yeah, basically that's it. It's free. Also, perks. Why do I also have this card? It's because they have insurances. Um, Let me try to find which insurances they have. Okay, insurance for holiday interruption. So if you have to interrupt your holidays, for example, because you have health problems, you can ask them to reimburse you. You should read the policy very carefully because you need to pay a certain minimum amount with the credit card for your holiday in order to then be able to have the reimbursement. But then you have expenses for emergency, like if you're on the mountain and something happens to you and they have to come with the helicopter to rescue, so search and rescue, there we go. You also have that insurance. Then you also have shopping insurance and delivery, but that's not quite really useful, I think. But yeah, the good insurances are these two. So the insurance for vacations, let's imagine you take a flight ticket. For example, the flight ticket to Argentina, we paid it with the credit card so that if something happens or I get ill and I cannot go to holidays anymore, I can ask for a reimbursement. And then this one, so search and rescue. Search and rescue costs quite a lot in Switzerland. And if you do not have an insurance, you better not need search and rescue because it can cost you tens of thousands of francs in order to call the helicopter to come and get you. So yeah, it's good to have. Normally you have it with a complementary insurance, the complementary health insurance. The base does not cover it. So the complementary health insurance does cover it, but it's also nice to have it here for free, basically. So yeah, these are all the options. Let's go through them again briefly. Do you need to do a lot of withdrawals, do you need to deposit a lot of cash? And do you want to talk with people? And do you want to have a counter if you have some problems or an office? Go with PostFinance, pay your 5 francs a month or 12 if you want Smart Plus, but I would go with the 5 francs a month. It's already enough. Um, Go with PostFinance. Are you familiar with online banking? You spend a lot of money abroad in restaurants, groceries, or Amazon, for example, online shopping. Uh, and you want to split your savings into multiple accounts, then consider Neon. If you want to save a lot of money and you want to have a good interest on your money, then go with you. Or if you want to have multi-currencies accounts, then go with you. And then for the credit card, I would just go with Migros. Honestly, when I wanted to do a credit card, I searched a little bit of the options. There's Chembra, there is this one from PostFinance, there are credit cards from UBS, Credit Suisse, but they are not that good because they cost money and I want something free. If you want the basics, you can find some free options. So and that's what matters to me because I don't want the credit card that gives me points and blah blah blah. I don't care about that. I want the credit card to have in case of emergencies, and I don't want to pay 50 francs a year for that. So yeah, and I use the same logic for my bank account. I want to do payments. I want to pay at a restaurant. I want to pay my groceries, and I want to do that as cheaply as possible. That's why I use Neon. And then if I want to save, I want to have the highest interest as possible. That's why I use you for saving. PostFinance, I discarded it as soon as I was not no longer a student because then I had to pay and I didn't want to pay. But yeah, you can also have a combination. So if you want, as I do, so if you want Neon to pay and you want you to save, there is no problem. You can do that. Or if you want, like PostFinance, for example, to have maybe, I don't know, your emergency fund there, like 20,000 francs, for example, you can have it there. So you know that if there are problems, if your Neon bank account has problems with logging in and the support doesn't help you, you know you can go to the post office and there you can withdraw your money and that's perfect, yeah? So you can also have a combination. So I hope this video was useful. I hope you learned something. If you already use one of these services, please consider telling me what you think about them. If you go into the description, you will see some referrals. Now, none of these companies sponsor me. You can also see my subscription number is not that big. So subscribe. So maybe one day they will sponsor me, but they do not sponsor me. But you will see some referrals. They are just friend referrals, and I get some money or some stuff if you open an account with them using my referral. And you also should get something in return. But yeah, check out the description. As I said, I hope this video was useful, and I will see you in the next one.